Tonight at 9 we have the Cat Fashion Show. Come to you live from downtown Allen. Tonight we have the talented poet, Percy Shelley.
It's a pleasure, guys.
So Percy, you were born in 1792. Tell us what it was like growing up during this period, and tell us about your background.
Boy, where do I start? Well, basically, I'm a romantic poet from England who would have become a wealthy member of Parliament due to my famous lineage. I'm also an atheist, and I ruined my future after I wrote to Oxford about its necessity in academia. This got me kicked out of university and made my rich dad freeze my assets. Consequently, I became an activist for the ideals stressed by the Romantic period. Healing nature feminism, and,
Why do you believe you've gone unnoticed throughout your entire life?
Oh man, that's alright. I try not to let it get me down. Stress less, bro. So, I think it's because I hate most of the people I meet. Some say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I try not to let it inhibit my creative flow.
How would you describe your relationship with nature?
I'd say it's strong to very strong. I was raised by a pack of dingoes who taught me how to hunt and kill and access my savage instincts. This violent history led me to be a vegetarian and a pacifist.
Wow, I never knew how troubled you were as a teen. That would explain the concurring themes in all of your poems, which highlight the ideals of romanticism. I've noticed that you insert a lot of your philosophical and social views into your poems. Let's get into some of your poems. We have a few Shelley enthusiasts that would like to read some of your poems today. This next poem is called Love's Philosophy.
Okay. The fountains mingle with the river, and the rivers with the ocean. The winds of heaven mix forever with a sweet emotion. Nothing in the world is single, all things by law divine. In another's being mingle, why not with thine? See the mountains kiss high heaven, and the waves clasp one another. No sister flower could be forgiven. If it is sustained its brother, and the sunlight claps the earth, and the moonbeams kiss the sea, what are all these kissings worth, if thou kiss not me?
That poem is titled Love's Philosophy, written in 1820 or rated by the talented Herbert Gerber. What did you mean by the mountains kissing high heaven?
Oh man, I haven't accessed these annals in a while. Well, the personification of the mountains kissing the sky is just one example of how everything in nature is somehow intertwined with each other. There's so much passion around us that I would neglect to see. The heavens and nature have their passionate love. Therefore, it is only natural for the speaker to request a kiss from his lover.
Is there any reason for the two stanzas which include 8 lines each?
Well, I distinctly included the 8-rhyme couplets in an A-B-C-D-C-D rhyme scheme simply for aesthetic purposes. The audibly pleasing sound of the rhyme scheme parallels the beauty of nature. I added more musical language with "Why not I with thine?" The assonance also creates a pleasant euphony that stresses nature's beauty and embraces itself.
I see. There are a remarkable amount of nature references in this poem as well, which is rather typical of your work as well as that of all romantic artists. Even the title makes it clear that you certainly do incorporate philosophy into your poems along with other social and equalist goals. I know personification is a type of metaphor, but an example of metaphor was, no sister flower could be forgiven if it disdained its brother. That expresses how all men should be kind to one another. Hating another man is simply unforgivable. Also, I love how you used a flower to incorporate your obvious romantic love of nature. Lastly, I notice your rhetorical question, "If thou kiss me not?" It certainly emphasizes the poem's meaning by re-emphasizing how there isn't much of a use of nature loving itself if your lover does not appreciate your love.
Yeah, well, man, I just had this idea that all parts of nature were making love to each other, and I just wanted to put into a poetic...
Cool, says next poem titled to I Fear Thy Kisses, Gentle Maiden, which was published around 1824.
I fear thy kisses, gentle maiden. Thou needst not fear mine. My spirit is too deeply laden, ever to burthen thine. I fear thy mind, thy tones, thy motion. Thou needst not fear mine. Innocence is the thought's devotion, with which I worship thine.
Thank you, Samuel L. Jackson, for that excellent oration. So tell me, Percy, who you wrote that last beauty about?
for a pretty gentle maiden.
Alright. Up next we have a reading of the poem Good Night, orated by Edward Snowden. It was published by an unknown date. We couldn't find him, but he agreed to do a live Skype on our show tonight.
Good night, no, the hour is ill, which severs those it should unite. Let us remain together still, then it will be good night. How can I call the lone night good? So thy sweet wishes wing its flight, be it not said, thought. Understood, then it will be good night. The hearts which hear each other move from evening close to morning light, the night is good. Because, my love, they never say good night.
That was beautiful. He truly has a golden voice.
I know. Up next we have the famous rap artist Acorn reading a lament, which was also published on an unknown date. O world, O life, O time, on whose last steps I climb, trembling at that where I had stood before. When will return the glory of your prime? No more, oh nevermore. Out of the day and night, a joy has taken flight. Fresh spring and summer and winter hoar move my faint heart with grief, but with delight. No more, oh nevermore. What a doozy.
Man, so basically the first line is an apostrophe to the greater powers who have control over the domain of time, the world, and sweet, sweet life. The referendum is essential to the meaning of the poem because the speaker is upset, hence the title, with the higher power who has bestowed sorrow upon him. The sorrowful mood of the poem is illuminated through apostrophic exclamations, "Oh, nevermore," along with the talk of heart of grief and joy taking flight. This word choice creates a mood of sorrow, significantly supported by the title of the poem.
I like to end this just by saying, rest in peace, Percy Shelley. He tragically passed away in a ship accident in 1822. Just like in Titanic 90 years later.